Hello everyone! Welcome back to another Fallout 76 guide. I have created an exclusive roadmap featuring 15 locations to help you farm unlimited caps per day. This guide is focused on active and passive caps farming, and it's ideal for those who dislike server jumping a lot. Let's get started! Well, it happened again. I went broke after buying some new rare outfits and plants. And usually when this happens, I go out of my comfort zone to try and find new ways to farm money. Now, I have two recent caps farming guides for Grafton monsters and Megasloths, which work perfectly fine still. However, they require you to server jump a lot, and that can easily become tedious and boring. So I started exploring the Mire region, and together with past knowledge, I created a new strategy route map featuring 15 locations that allows you to farm thousands of caps per day. This is a slightly complex farming guide, and your income won't be just active, since you can sell a lot of the junk items dropped by enemy creatures. I'm also including some cap stashes and bobblehead spawns for added value. But first things first, I will explain everything, so don't worry. For now, let me present you the route map. The Mire is a very good place to farm caps if you know exactly where to go. Now, let me remind you that cap stashes and bobblehead spawns don't have a 100% chance to spawn in your server. Also, when you loot them, they have at least a 24-hour cooldown or more. However, you can kill as many Wendigos, hermit crabs, and megasloths as you see fit. Remember, the locations with a light blue description can only be done once a day or every 24 hours. For the rest, you just have to do a few server jumps once you have completed your run. This route map includes 15 locations across the Mire, and some of them are unmarked places. There is a high chance you will encounter some legendaries during your journey with this guide. Anyway, I advise you to start from the very north or south and keep following the numbers to save as many caps as possible during fast traveling. For the main road spawns, you will have to run a bit, there is no way around it, but every small batch of caps counts here. I started with a little bit more than 3k caps, and after about 3-4 hours of farming, I was over 9,000, as you will see later on in this video. So this route really works, and I'm very pleased to share it with you all. I hope you will enjoy it. I could recommend you a dozen of perks, but I will stick to the very essentials here. Besides a damage build, you should use the Fortune Finder under Perception to quickly understand if a cap stash has spawn or not at certain locations. Then make sure to have the Travel Agent perk under Charisma to reduce fast travel fees, because you're going to do that a lot. And if you are playing solo, get the Solo Wanderer as well for some extra defense and stamina regeneration. Now, under Agility, I recommend you to get at least one stamina perk, like the Action Girl or Boy and/or the Marathoner if you choose. Getting both is also an option. It's important to get a stamina boost since you'll be running quite a bit. Lastly, in luck, don't forget to equip Cap Collector so you can search cap stashes and get way more caps per container. You have a 100% chance to search them now, so take advantage of this perk. Alright, now let's go over the locations you saw in the route map. Let's give this route a bright start at Vault 94, where you can usually find 3 cap stashes at the entrance. Some of the best in-game, if I may add. The first cap stash is located at the White Cabin just outside of Vault 94 in the metal shelf, very difficult to miss. Now get inside the vault and head to your left. Once you get inside the water, you will see a slight upper slide and a skeleton ahead. That's where the second cap stash will be located if it spawns, of course, as you can see. For the third one, you must open the vault's door and get inside. I know it's a bit annoying, but if this cap stash spawns, you will normally grab 50 to 100 caps with Cap Collector. so please go ahead. The cap stash will be inside the command room, in a metal table shelf thingy right near the desk. That's it for Vault 94. Now, at Freddy Fear House of Scares, you can usually find a Wendigo in front of the house, which drops caps, screws, and other useful items like medicine. Ghouls can also drop caps, so I advise you to kill all the enemies there if you find ghouls. There is about 50% chance to find the enemies you want. If it's scorched, then tough luck. Feel free to skip it. Anyhow, there is something else that you want to go for here. A cap stash hidden in the woods. It's right to the north of the house. It's located near a skeleton, which is between a tree trunk and a rock. It's a bit hidden, so make sure your fortune finder is equipped. For this next unmarked location, you might want to fast travel to Abby's bunker or run down the hill following the main road 66 if you are coming from Freddy's house. You will eventually find a glowing hermit crab resting in the middle of the road, northwest of the bunker. Make sure to hit it in the face or it will take a while to die. His sides and back soaks or reflects most of the damage done. Then grab your caps and meat if you would like, and that's about it. You can proceed to your next destination. Heading southeast of Abby's bunker, you will eventually find two cars on top of each other in the middle of the road 65. When you come closer to the stacked cars, you will get surprised by two glowing Wendigos that will basically fall off the sky or drop from the trees. That's great news because, as you should know by now, they drop caps, screws, and other items that you can easily sell. So go ahead and take them down. Don't forget to loot. It's also common to find other random encounters on the way. This time I found some glowing hounds. It's up to you if you think it's worth killing them or not. I'd say it depends on the encounter, really. At the Excelsior, a model home surrounding area, you can usually find a glowing hermit crab fighting other random creatures. This is a dynamic spawn for many different enemies, such as gulpers and anglers. The hermit crab won't always spawn, but there is about 70% chance that it does. Just make sure to hit it at least once when you come here, because if it quickly dies to other enemies, then you won't be able to loot it, and that would be a shame, don't you think? You can often find Scorch inside the house itself. I normally just ignore them though. But hey, they drop nice weapons to sell to vendors if you are looking forward to do that. The next stop is to the southeast, back to Road 65 near the Thunder Mountain power plant. You just have to follow the main road, which leads to a bridge. Then in the middle of the bridge, you will see another sleeping, glowing hermit crab. You know what to do. Mighty cabs are waiting for you inside that mobile house. If you kill it fast enough, it won't even get a chance to strike back. Now that's some easy enemy to beat. I was not sure if I should include Dolly SODS wilderness to this farming route, but I often come here to grab a bobblehead, so I decided to share. So you want to fast travel here and be wary of the Yagwai guarding the entrance. You should head to the second wooden house to the north. On the first floor, in the room to the left, you will usually find a bobblehead there, on top of a small wooden furniture. Again, they don't always spawn. It might take you a few tries to find it. It's kinda tricky to loot bobbleheads in known spawns these days, but this one is surely one. You can sometimes find legendary enemies around the two houses as well, just to let you know. Another known bobblehead spawn on the way is right at MOSSTOWN. This location is infested with Scorched. You will probably have to kill them unless you go in stealth. The bobblehead spawn is located at the motel, at the end of the town basically, just at the entrance area on top of the metal desk. There is a fissure very close to the town, so you might find a legendary Scorched beast roaming the skies, just in case you are farming legendaries on the way too. Well, now it's time to head south. Why south, you may ask? Well, the following unmarked location is just south of MOSSTOWN, and it is a fixed spawn for a MEGASLOTH. They are gentle creatures, I know, but they offer so much value. They always drop caps, silver and screws, sometimes even other goodies. Perfect to farm passive and active caps. So just go ahead and do what must be done. It's only a video game in the end. Plus, it's not my fault Bethesda made such adorable creatures into one of the most valuable in Fallout 76. Anyway, one of my previous cap farming guides consists of server jumping on locations like this, so that's also something you can do. Alright, towards the south you should visit the Heaven Church. It's a place you really don't want to miss, trust me. You can find another cap stash spot right behind the counter at the main entrance. It's very straightforward. Then you can also find extra caps in a dweller's body in the classroom to the left side. It's in a corner, so it is a bit out of the way, easy to miss, so make sure to check both. Now, in terms of enemies, this place can either spawn Scorched, which you don't want, or ghouls with a Wendigo. It's about 50-50 chance, so if you end up finding ghouls and the cap stash, you are surely on the lucky side, just saying. HAWKE'S Refuge is one of my favorite places to farm legendary enemies in-game. You can find one or two very often inside or even outside the cave. This is a dynamic spawn for a Wendigo, so I suggest you to check it out. You don't have much to lose, especially because the cave is always infested with ghouls, which can drop caps as well. However, there is like a 50% chance for a Wendigo to spawn, the other 50% goes to a glowing bloated one. Either way, you can get value out of the two. It's just the Wendigo drops things you can sell easier, in my opinion. Moving a little to the east at the Niagara town, you have about 30% chances to find a MEGASLOTH roaming the area. It's rather a low chance, I know, but the other two creatures you can find here is a Deathclaw, which drops gears and black titanium, and a Fog Crawler, which drops antiseptic and fiber optics. It's not ideal to find the latest two, but it could be worse, much worse. I usually come here when I'm farming a MEGASLOTH, and it's not so uncommon to find one, to be honest. You can always sell all the junk you find to players or to vendors, so it's fine in the end regardless of what you find here. At the ABRAXO'S quality medical supplies, you can usually find a cap stash up the stairs near the windows, which is there quite often for me at least. So far so good, but there is something else I have discovered. It seems like the yard is a random encounter spawn, and in one of my runs I saw this MEGASLOTH just walking around, so there you go. You can also find a MEGASLOTH here every now and then. I'd say the chances are very small though, that's why I didn't even mention it in the route map. It's just a small detail for you to know. The Big B's rest shop is right close to my camp and I go there every day. This place is a quick farming stop with a cap stash spawn and a bobblehead spawn as well. However, you need to do several server jumps to find both. It's rare to find the two spawns at once. I don't remember it ever happened to me in the past. Still, it might be worth the trouble. It spawns both things quite often, so the cap stash will be behind the counter and the bobblehead spawn is under the bed on the roof. There's just one more location to complete this strategy guide. Finally, we have an unmarked location between Camp Venture and KMAX transmission, at the very border with the Cranberry Bog region. This particular place is very interesting because it can spawn up to 3 MEGASLOTHs at once. You heard me right. I actually thought the maximum was 2, as shown in my previous MEGASLOTH farming guide, but recently I discovered 3 at once, so I guess 3 it is. Imagine collecting over 60 caps and dozens of screws and silver scraps in one go. That sounds great to me. Business time, here we go. That's how you can farm thousands of caps per day in the Mire region, using the 15 locations I have just presented. I know there are many other cap stash and bobblehead spawns, for example, but they are out of the way, so I only included those that are convenient to get. Moreover, you can farm all sorts of random encounters in the Mire, such as groups of super mutants and ghouls that can also drop caps, or even legendary sheep squatches that roam around the area. Don't forget that besides all the caps you directly collect, you can always sell the looted junk items for hundreds or thousands of caps. I sell screws and silver to other players all the time. People need it for modding and other activities. Moreover, you can farm as many Wendigos, crabs, and megasloths as you want, so there is no real limit to the amount of caps you can make per day. I started this guide with about 3,000 caps, and after some hours, I was already over 9,000. So I'm really glad I found another effective way to farm caps, and this time you don't have to server jump every 2 minutes. So that might be useful for some of you out there. Happy farming! What do you guys and girls think about this farming strategy? Would you add any other locations in the Mire to the route map I have just presented you? Let me know everything in the comment section below. Also, I have participated in a community event yesterday and I have plenty of Wastelanders news to share with you, so expect a news video for tomorrow. As for this guide, I hope it will be useful to you, especially those who dislike to server jump and, well, enjoy a farming session full of value. That's going to be everything from my part. I am Marta Branco, thank you so much for watching until this point. If you just got here, then don't forget to subscribe for more Fallout 76 content like this. You can support me even further by becoming a member or a Patreon. The links are right below the video. Well, I guess I will see you all very soon in the next video. Until then, take care. Adeus. Bye bye.